This crypto bull market has been brutal, but there are 4 altcoins that are holding up well and will be the first to rally hard. In this video, I'll look at why these 4 altcoins hold the most potential, as well as a new altcoin that came out of nowhere and is taking off. This is your Altcoin Buzz News. Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Cody, and if you're new here, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you know when I drop latest content. Follow us on Twitter, AltcoinBuzzIO, and as always, not financial advice, and wish the best of luck in your crypto ventures. Alright you guys, so for the first time in a while, Bitcoin and altcoins are actually looking pretty decent. Bitcoin is up a little bit on the day, but the structure is looking amazing, and altcoins are up a little bit on the day as well, and looking a lot better than they have been for the last couple weeks. So starting off today, we actually have Not Telling saying something big is cooking with Ondo. The TVL just surpassed $805 million, adding 150 million plus in the last few days alone. Interesting, this is happening during RWA conference week in Hong Kong. And then we have Chain saying Ondo is loading up for a move, $5 is next. If you're sleeping on Ondo, it's time to wake up. Overnight, $100 million in fresh liquidity poured into the ecosystem, pushing total value locked past $778 million. This isn't just another pump, this is serious money positioning for what's coming next. Look at the charts, we just bounced perfectly off support. The momentum is shifting hard. The downtrend is getting choked out, and with this level of inflow, it won't take much to send Ondo flying. So what we're talking about is this level of support, which we just tapped and we're actually bouncing from right now, which actually looks really good. I like Ondo here, and I actually kind of like this as a setup. Because Ondo has tapped this level twice now, bottoms are usually formed at like the second or third tap. So I do like that we have had a second tap here. Usually we just don't go down, tap once, and then V reverse all the way back up. A lot of times it takes a little bit of a consolidation in this area. So we are kind of in a range right now. But I do like this as a potential trade right now if you want to buy this spot or if you want to buy in Perps. I do like this at probably around $1.22. Going to about $1.60 as a great, target. Ondo looks really good to me right now. It might be because the RWA blockchain week is going on in Hong Kong right now. Then we also have the DeFi investor saying, real-world assets TVL just hit a new all-time high. Just 4 years ago, the total RWA value was 63 times lower. Highly confident this will eventually become a multi-trillion-dollar sector. If you're an American in crypto, you're going to want to pay attention. We found an exchange that gives you the best of both worlds. Want to trade spot markets on over 400 trading pairs and without KYC? You can. Want to trade perpetual markets on over 150 trading pairs with KYC that accepts Americans and Canadians as well? You can. The only exchange we've seen in the market that lets you do both simple spot trading without KYC and perps trading with KYC that Americans can use is BYDFi. BYDFi gives you all the tools you need and without crazy requirements. And right now they have an altcoin promotion going on that you need to see, but it's only going on for the next 2 weeks. Starting with deposits as low as $100, you can start earning bonuses in your account just for making trades you'd be making anyway. With trading volume starting at just 0.5 Bitcoin worth of dollars, you start earning bonuses to help give your account that extra dry powder it needs. So if you haven't checked out BYDFi yet, now's the time to try it. Just use this link down below, sign up, no need to KYC, and just start trading. And then moving on to a couple of other altcoins that whales are buying, we have Sean saying institutional crypto such as XRP and Hbar see massive accumulation amid a Solana exodus due to the implosion of meme coins. Capital is shifting from retail-oriented crypto projects to institutional assets such as Ripple and Hedera. This can potentially cause a $300 billion USD influx into institutional and crypto. Together with the upcoming Hbar and XRP ETFs, we could see record-breaking bull run for these assets. So Hbar and XRP seeing a lot of inflows. And then we have Good Morning Crypto saying, breaking President Trump posted about Ripple XRP on Truth Social. According to the article posted, Ripple increased US-based roles due to optimism surrounding Trump's administration policies, which are perceived to jumpstart innovation and job growth in the US. The company signed more US deals in the last 6 weeks of 2024 than the previous 6 months, indicating a positive business environment shift post-election. This shift in focus towards the US market is part of Ripple's response to the Trump effect, which is believed to be making crypto more favorable in the US. So we can see here Donald Trump actually posted 2 Ripple articles on his Truth Social account. So I'm actually surprised. I thought it would have been a little bit of a bigger pump. So I was in a long actually. I'm currently in a long right now from right about here. Like I was telling you guys, I love this, over and down and up kind of, reclaimed structure. And I was targeting this level, but I'm actually kind of surprised that we haven't pumped that much more, especially with the potential XRP ETF news coming out. I'm still in this position right now, and XRP does look still good, but I thought we would have pumped much faster. We also have SEC and Ripple case, which will apparently be dropped. So the SEC crypto crackdown is dead. John Reed Stark, ex-SEC enforcement chief, just said the agency is set to drop its Ripple appeal and halt all crypto cases. So this is super bullish for all crypto cases, but especially Ripple, which is just notorious for fighting the SEC. And between that and the XRP news, I thought this would pump a lot faster. So we'll have to see what happens here. It's the only one in my list right now, which is actually down on the day, but it was up on the day yesterday, so it's just down slightly right now. We'll have to see what happens here. Then we also have Ripple's chance of an XRP ETF approval has now surged to 78%, which is very bullish news. So a lot of bullish news keeps coming out for XRP. Then another coin that whales are accumulating is Cardano, and the Cardano Foundation just said that the Cardano Constitution has been ratified. This milestone sets the foundation for on-chain governance, ensuring clear rules, transparency, and accountability in decision-making. It will be fully enacted on the 23rd of February 2025, shaping how Cardano evolves, guided by its community. And then we also have Cardano's chances of getting an ETF has now jumped up to 62% now. Before we were around at 35-ish, 40% for a while, but now we're at what seems like an all-time high, around 62%, 62 to 65%. That ETF is coming for Cardano. So it seems like we're probably going to be getting a Solana, a Cardano, an Hbar, a Litecoin, and maybe an XRP ETF this year as well. So big year for ETFs potentially. Have you ever wanted to own Bitcoin, but just felt that it was too expensive? Well, you're not alone. But here's the thing, you don't need to buy a whole Bitcoin to start stacking. Instead, you can buy fractions of a coin called sats. Sats are the smallest unit of a Bitcoin. One Bitcoin is 100 million sats, so you can build your stack little by little. So what's the smartest way to do this? Dollar cost averaging, or DCA. But most platforms make it a manual, time-consuming process. And that's where BitDCA comes in. It lets you automate your Bitcoin stacking using your existing debit or credit card, no extra steps, no extra apps. BitDCA is directly integrated with Visa and MasterCard, and this means you can link any bank card, Barclays, Emirates, etc., and set a percentage of your daily spending to be converted into Bitcoin. Every coffee, grocery run, or Uber ride stacks your Bitcoin for you, and it works with your existing cards as well. This is the simplest way to accumulate Bitcoin over time without even having to think about it. Imagine that not only are you saving Bitcoin little by little with the help of an app, but you'll also earn revenue from this app as well. BitDCA's mobile app, Littlebit, lets you track your Bitcoin buys, and if you hold the BDCA token, then you take part in a revenue share from the Littlebit's revenue. The BDCA token launch will be on February 26th. It's a utility token, and aside from the revenue share, you can stake and earn as well. BitDCA's tokenomics are also pretty strong, and 93.9% of pre-sale tokens are locked for 4 years, so there won't be any early dumps or VCs that may dump more likely here either. Plus, the team tokens stay locked until $1 and $2 price targets, and this reflects the project's long-term vision. BitDCA has some serious backers, including Visa and MasterCard, to help integrate and scale worldwide. They've already raised over $8 million, and they also secured a top 5% Certix security score. And finally, they've got an upcoming iOS and Android app launch in early Q2 2025. The signs are clear. BitDCA is positioned to become a go-to Bitcoin stacking solution worldwide. With a fully diluted value of just $21.4 million at launch, this could be an early opportunity to get in before the hype. Check them out at bitdca.com and start stacking sats the smart way. Then we also have AliChart saying whales bought over 1.1 million Chainlink in the last 24 hours. And then we also have Sentiment saying here are crypto's top real-world assets by development. Directional indicators represent each project's ranking rise or fall since last month. So right now, according to Sentiment, Chainlink is the #1 in the RWA sector. Now I will say Chainlink is one that's holding up a little less better than the rest of them in terms of market structure, but I think it's very easy to reclaim this level, which I'd like to see around $19.50. If we reclaim this level, it'll be looking good. But right now, it's not looking the best. It's just kind of holding underneath this level of support right here. And I don't want to see it come up here and then reject and then head back down towards like the $15 range. That's not what I want to see. I want to see it break above and then hold this level as support. So if it can do that, it's going to be very strong. But right now, the other coins are just holding up a little bit better than Chainlink is. And then moving on, we have Walrus, who says, we're excited to announce the Walrus mainnet is coming in March. We're also excited to introduce Wall, the utility token powering Walrus. Wall is designed to drive utility storage on Walrus, ensuring competitive pricing, security, and governance for data storage at scale. Here's everything you need to know about Wall. The total token supply is 5 billion Wall. 10% of the total supply will be allocated to the Walrus user drop, which includes 4% for the initial drop and 6% for future allocations. How Wall powers Walrus? Well, for payments, users prepay for storage with Wall, locking in rates and ensuring contract stability. For security, delegated staking enables network reliability, rewarding good actors, and punishing adversarial behavior. Governance, the storage nodes vote on protocol adjustments, ensuring decentralized control over storage pricing and penalties. Why Wall matters? Walrus is designed for long-term sustainability, built to offer stable, prepaid storage pricing, support trustless and decentralized storage, and incentivize node participation and reliability. So what's next? The mainnet launch is in March 2025. There's an airdrop claim for eligible users and future perks for builders and contributors. We're just getting started. Stay tuned for more updates on the Wall ecosystem. And then Walrus also said breaking, users eligible for the Walrus user airdrop have begun receiving their Walrus airdrop NFT in their wallets, giving them a claim to a set number of Wall tokens which will be redeemable at the Walrus mainnet via claim.walrus.xyz. This initial airdrop represents 4% of the non-inflationary 5 billion wall token supply, with an additional 6% reserve for future community distributions. So you can check out Walrus down below as well. Then moving on, we have a new token, which is the IP token for Story Protocol, which has surged to become a top 10 AI coin, overtaking Virtual's Protocol. So this is one that has really come out of nowhere. So this is the new IP token. So the age of AI demands a new asset class. Intellectual property, or IP, is the bedrock of artificial intelligence. As AI transforms industries at an unprecedented pace, IP is emerging as the most critical asset class of the 21st century. IP is a $61 trillion asset class that includes training data, scientific discoveries, brands, creative work, and more. However, AI is undermining IP as we know it. The traditional IP system can no longer keep pace with the speed and scale of generative AI. Centralized intermediaries make exchanging, licensing, and monetizing IP opaque, expensive, and inefficient. IP owners see their works used in models without attribution or compensation, and AI companies can't possibly make millions of individual licensing agreements. Story proposes an entirely new framework for intellectual property, one that creates an open and programmable market for IP. Story is a peer-to-peer intellectual property network purpose-built to transform IP into a programmable asset class, enabling permissionless exchange, ownership, and monetization across AI and the broader internet. Sitting at the heart of the IP ecosystem is the IP, which fuels Story's Layer 1 blockchain. So Story, which is now in AI, has taken off. Now this is one that you can't possibly do very good TA on because it's just up only. But this is, it's up almost 13% in the last 24 hours. But over the past, week or so that it's been out on since February 14th, it has been up only pretty much, and we've gone from the bottom to the top now, up over 130%. So this one has really just come out of nowhere and is, dominating. So there's always a bull market somewhere if you can find the right coins, it seems. But yeah, it just came out, and this is the chart. Absolutely insane. Kind of reminds me of the early days of hype. And the last story for today is Supra Layer 1 drives DeFi forward with automation and MEV resistance. This initiative empowers DeFi builders and users by restoring control and value. It removes inefficiencies and safeguards user funds. Supra's Layer 1 combines smart contracts, native oracles, automation, and enshrined MEV protection to create a high-performance Layer 1 ecosystem. Supra puts DeFi back in builders' hands. Unlike today's DeFi landscape, where external actors like liquidators and arbitrageurs extract value, Supra is bringing everything in-house to maximize efficiency. Supra's automation removes the need for outside facilitators, ensuring transactions are executed efficiently and fairly. Here's how. MEV resistance prevents front-running and sandwich attacks through cryptographic transaction ordering randomization. Auto liquidations enables instant liquidations with zero block decays, reducing cascading failures and improving protocol solvency. And auto arbitrage ensures better pricing by executing arbitrage trades at the protocol level, keeping profits within the ecosystem. These innovations are expected to boost execution quality, providing traders and builders with a more predictable and transparent DeFi experience. So that is Supra and their Layer 1. Now, Bitcoin holding up pretty well. We are holding about $1,000 above the average right now. We'll have to see what happens at New York Open. A lot of times we do pump in New York Open and then it dumps afterwards. So it's still a possibility, but overall, we are looking pretty good. I think this is a possibility to bid and hope for at least a little bit of a lower high, at the very least, coming back up to around $99,000 pretty soon. I do think, we have had, a lot of bad news in the market, and I think that did maybe make a temporary bottom. So I think this is an area if you want to start buying or bidding some altcoins that you like. I think it's probably a pretty good area based on how this past week has been with everything going on in the market. So that is the video for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.